Hi, and I'm back with Cheryl Cheryl and Mom's Collectible Dolls. I was in the middle of restringing this, showing you guys, and an Amber Alert went off on my phone and I lost the live feed. So I'll go back to where I think we were when it happened. And I think I had just gotten her thread, her cording rather, through the hook, bent in half, tighten that hook so it doesn't come off. Sometimes you just got to keep changing tools. As my friend Tammy at the Broken Doll says, your tools are everything. And luckily, I haven't found anything yet that's really that expensive. I mean, the tools for these things, either on Amazon or Dolls Parts, or I guess you could probably Home Depot or Lowe's or something too. I don't know. So I've just basically done Amazon. Okay, so that hook is closed around the thread, the cord. I keep calling it a thread. My old days as a seamstress. Well, not really a seamstress, but I did sew. Let's put it that way. Okay, so now we're running the thread. I think this is how far we got before my phone went crazy. Run both of those ends down through her body. And I've got small hands, so luckily I can reach up and pull them down. If not, you can grab one of those hooks I showed you at the beginning. Okay, and you want her head tight, but you want her to be able to turn it too. You move it so you're going to pull this tight. Okay. Hope you can see all that. My hands are in the way of the other hand, aren't they? I'm sorry. Okay, so I pulled it as tight as I think it should be, and I'm using my hemostats to grab the two ends and clip it together, okay? So now the hemostats are holding the elastic where I want it. Her head's pretty tight, but I don't want to loosen it any, because when you pull out those hemostats that are holding it, you're going to lose about the width of the hemostats tightness. So at this point, I'm going to take this leg, and always make sure when you take the doll apart that you put the legs and arms on the right sides. And I'm going to put the hook. This is a hook that still has some of that elastic on it, so I may have to get more of it off. But let's see. Put this cording up in the hook. Yeah, that worked. Okay. And I'm going to tie it in the first half of a square knot. I'm going to tie it as tight as I can. This is where it helps to have another pair of hands. Like I was saying, I don't know if I said it before we got cut off or not. My friend Pat came over with her husband, who it was good to have his set of hands because he was stronger than we were. Right now, I'm going in there and closing that hook up a little. So even though I've tied it in there, I'm doing this as tight as I can. Okay? And I don't want the hemostats fall inside, and that's when you lose some of your tightness too. Okay. Now I'm going to pull the hemostats out, holding the ends of the cording. And I'm going to tie the second half of this knot, tightening it just a little bit more before I do it. So you've got to tie it twice. Okay? All right. Now, that looks pretty good. Looks like she's going to stand up okay once her head's still tight. Okay? So we have to get the other leg on. So we're going to take these two strings and pull them over through, back into her leg, into the hole, and pull them out her other leg hole. All right, see that? Okay. Can't stand on one leg yet. Now I'm gonna pull this really tight. To where it's pulling the other leg in tight, the first leg, and also her head is still tight. And I'm going to grab my hemostats again, get them as tight to her body as I can, and clamp them. It doesn't want to clamp. Come on, there it goes. Okay, so you can see her legs tight, her head's tight. Hope you can see that. Not loosey-goosey. All right. Next step is to open up this hook on the leg because it again is closed tight and it won't fit the cord into the hole. It might, but it's pretty tight, so I'd rather just take my pliers, open it up enough, and then put another, make sure her toes are pointed up, make sure you got her going the right way. And put one side of this cord through the hook. Now, I'm going to tie it in one knot first, half of the square knot, but I don't want that to come off the hook. So now I'm going to go back in and push the hook back in so it can't slip out there. And I'm going to tighten this as tight as I possibly can. And I mean, this is where, like I said, another hand can really, really, really be helpful. And before I do the second part of the knot, I'm going to take off those hemostats. Still holding the ends tight. Because as you can see, it's not tight enough. So we're going to take it and just really tighten it up. And do the other half of the square knot as tight as we can. Let's see. There, her head's still tight. She should be able, well, she's not a doll that's going to stand by herself usually. Well, she is. Okay, so that's perfect. She's been tied off twice. I'm probably going to do it one more time for good measure. I'm going to cut off some of these ends because I did cut too much. And like I said, it's wasteful, but I'd rather do that than mess it up. Tuck those ends inside the doll's leg. Okay, so halfway there. There she is, her legs and her head. Now we'll do her arms. And make sure that you've got on the right side. And I'm going to take a little more cord. Actually, I think this one's probably big enough. That piece I had left over. Yeah. So I hope you can see that. It goes across her chest. Gives me a little extra. So let's put one side through this hook. I'm going to tighten that hook down. And as I do this, I wanted to show you something else. Some people use these clamps. I think they're called horseshoe clamps. I'm not sure. I haven't used them. There may come a time when I will, but right now I don't. They're these little round clamps. You've probably seen them on things. and you put them around the cord, and then you have to have these crimpers to close them. I haven't used them, like I said. So here she is, the arm's in there tight, and I put both ends through her armhole, and you gotta, in between there, you have where you have her legs hooked to her head. So you want to make sure that you get the right, pull the right string through. I'm using my hooks this time. My hook. And where's the other piece? Usually I can see pretty well and grab them easily, but since I'm trying to work on camera and show you guys, I'm having a little more difficult time. Okay, so there's both ends out from this side. Now, like we did before with the legs, we want to make sure that this is tight, because you want her arm to be able to hold a pose. So I've got her pulled tight. I just realized why my hemostats are different. I have two sets. One has or straight, and the other hook a little at the end, curve up. So I'm got her pulled tight, fastening these hemostats outside her arm, so her arm would stay up. We're gonna, again, take this arm, make sure you have the thumb pointing up, make sure that it's facing the right way. And I'm gonna put it through the hook, the cord through the hook. And I'm gonna tighten that hook a little. That one didn't open, I didn't have to open it a lot, so it doesn't need much. Come on, don't fight with me. This is an old F&B doll. I haven't identified her per se yet, except she does say F&B on the back, just nothing else. Well, that doesn't want to do that. Hope you guys can see. It really doesn't take me this long to do it when I'm just doing it, but I guess because I'm filming the video, I'm making stupid mistakes. Okay, there it is. So that's tight. I don't know if you guys noticed, but my watch band is like a magnet, and it'll, let me show you. So as I have to be careful when I'm cooking and go to pick up a pan, because it'll grab hold of the metal handle. Silly. All right, back to the doll. I have the hemostats holding it in place. I'm going to tie the first part of our square knot, pull it tight, and then I'm going to hold it while I take out the hemostats carefully and see if it's still going to be tight enough. It needs to be tightened just a little bit more. So I'm going to tighten it a little bit more as I tie another half of the square knot. And there we go. Now before I cut anything off, I'll show you. She can hold a pose, she can stand, and her head moves, but nothing's flopping around. So now I'll cut these a little bit. I think I'll tie a third part to that knot just for the heck of it, to make sure it stays. And I'm going to cut off those ends, poke them back into the hole. And there she goes. So there she is. Her arms stay up. Her legs are fine. Oops, staying on the hemostat. No wonder she's not standing up good. well, right? And her head is on well. Okay, so that's it. And I did it. I said okay one more time, didn't I? Sorry about that. But here she is, this little F&B, and she's all ready to go now. So I've washed her clothes and ironed them, and I will dress her and see what I can do with her hair. Like I've told a lot of my clients, I don't do hair. I'm not good at my own hair, much less anybody else's and dolls. But I did buy all the stuff to do it, so someday maybe I'll get brave enough. But anyway, there we are, and that's how we restring this 18-inch F&B doll. Thanks for watching. If you like this, what I did, like watching this and learning from it, please like and subscribe and hit the little bell so you know when I put out a new video. I haven't been as consistent as I like to putting out the videos. I do, as I was talking about my auctions, I should explain, I do go live on Facebook the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays of every month, and with my friend Pat, and we auction off dolls. We have a starting price I'll put up on them, and then people go on live, comment their bids, and whoever wins the doll, they message me their email and their shipping address, and then I take the dolls the next day, box them, weigh them and measure them, and get a shipping price. And then I send an invoice through Facebook Messenger to you to tell you how much the shipping and the total of the doll is. You can pay by PayPal, by Venmo, by Zelle, by check. I take credit cards. I can call you over the phone and take your credit card information, key it in as we speak, so I'm not writing anything down and keeping it. And then after I receive payment, I ship the dolls to you. And we have a lot of fun. Usually we're on there minimum 3 hours, sometimes 4 to 5. It's fun. I always tell people, bring your favorite beverage, curl up with your laptop or computer, and let's spend an afternoon with friends and fun and dolls. And that to me is a perfect afternoon. And now that I'm getting into the restoration part of it, I'm really enjoying that too. The next thing I have to work on is getting the paint all off of a big baby doll I have that someone wants from me, and then repainting her. So I'm learning so much from Tammy at the Broken Doll. If you have a chance, check her out, because I mean, I couldn't be doing what I'm doing without Tammy. She is a wonderful resource and is so good. I just love her, and if you ask questions, she'll answer. In fact, she's done videos for me, just especially for me, to show me answers to questions. So she's a dear, sweet woman in Canada, and I love her to death. So again, please subscribe to me and Tammy at the Broken Doll, and me at Cheryl and Mom's Collectible Dolls. I'd love to have you join me more often, and please subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.